Good afternoon to all Africans worldwide, home and away. I say good day to you all in the name of our ancestors, of our God and our ancestors. I hope everyone is doing great today. Yeah, today I'm going to be talking a little bit about African leaders, why we are so quiet about Sudan, about Senegal, about all the crises that is really going on in Africa today. Because Africa is in its age of second slavery. You know, it's only when you live in Africa and then you understand the policy, the world leaders taking today, and you will understand that the slavery, the second slavery or the second enslavement of Africa has already begun. And I wonder how our intellectuals or our elite couldn't understand this, why they are uh, so weak to understand it. Uh, Let me, for example, the issue in Sudan today, or the war in Sudan today, uh, wasn't caused really by the Sudanese themselves. At the beginning, the Sudanese was pushed to revolt against their government, against the government, unlawful, let me say unlawful government that was in power. Uh, they were pushed to revolt against them because people promised them that bringing democracy. And some youths were used against the government, and the government fell. The government was uh, let me say, destroyed. And now, ever since, I think Sudan has another three government, unfunctional government. And today, we have a war in Sudan that is killing our people. The war people doesn't want, but uh, they cannot understand and they cannot uh, separate themselves from this war. So the issue is, what are the African leaders doing to stop this war? We can see the way our African leaders just take side. Now we have the issue with the United States. We have the issue with Russia. We have the issue with China. And we have issue with Saudi Arabia and Turkey and Iran influence in Africa. We have been seeing the activities of these people in the past 20 years increase daily. And now we have this issue in Sudan. You know, it didn't started in Sudan, really. Everything started in Egypt, or let me say Libya, when Muammar Gaddafi was dethroned and killed or murdered by the Americans, the Europeans, the Russians, and the French, and even Turkey was also involved in all this action. And that today we doesn't there's no Libya anymore. Don't say that because the reason for overthrowing Muammar Gaddafi that period was that he was a mass murderer. He was killing his people and this and that. And now, since Gaddafi died, we have seen thousands of Libyans dead, dead in the hand of America, in the hands of Russia, in the hand of other foreign power that are now involved in Libya. Everything started again in Egypt, which we are trying to topple the government of Egypt, which failed. Then they moved to Tunisia. And Tunisia, there was also a revolt. The president left the power, and till date, Tunisia is not coming to rest. It's not coming to rest. You can see how everything is falling because of foreign influence. The problem is not the leaders alone, the problems are the youth. If we receive the news or information from foreign government, we doesn't even care. to do our own research to see if these informations are true. But all we just do is to take down the government, uh, go for war that doesn't really doesn't really help Africa, because we know the situation, economic situation of Africa, that Africa cannot sustain itself with all this war that is really going on. You see, the Sudan issue is because of a naval base, naval base, or navy base that is supposed to be coming from Russia or from Russia to Sudan. And the Chinese influence also is a conflict between Russia and America. So what we are seeing, the fight we are seeing today in Africa, either is between China, Russia, and United States and Europe, or China against some Africans, Russians against some Africans. And this is coming. We have no choice. We have no choice. For me, it will be better if Africa stand on its own, think with its own brain, go into its own brain to do a research, go through their history, call on the ancestors to guide and protect everyone. But we are not saying this today. We are saying it's almost everywhere, in politics, in religion, we can see the influence of the foreigners in Africa. Because Africa losing themselves completely every day. We doesn't have the culture anymore. We doesn't have anything to rely on anymore. So it's very, very important for us to find our way back. Let us push out Russia. Let us push out China. Let us push out United States. Let us push out NATO out of Africa. Because Africa belongs to Africa. Africa doesn't belong to them. They have been ruling us for more than thousands of years. And they are saying they are helping Africa, but we cannot see where they are helping Africa, because African is being taken down every day. You see, the Commonwealth, for example, does not profit Africa in any form. Commonwealth belongs to the British monarch, who has control all over Africa, or let me say half of the Africa. How is Commonwealth benefiting Nigeria? We lost our forefathers, our ancestors, fighting for the British in the First World War, in the Second World War. Until date, none of them is being honored for what they did or the services they rendered for the British. And the British will never go for Africa to war. But we Africans, we go to war for the British, killing ourselves. And this needs to stop. It's not just Sudan alone, South Sudan. We see this in Somalia. We see now Congo. We see in Senegal it's starting, Ivory Coast. And almost everywhere. We saw this in Nigeria, the Boko Haram situation. It came around. So the influence of the French, the Americans, the Russians, the Chinese, and all other European countries in Africa need to be pushed out for Africa to regain itself back, to regain its freedom. Because when I've been saying this for a very long time, people are telling me, oh, Africa cannot survive alone. How did our forefathers, our ancestors survive alone before the coming of the Caucasians to Africa? How do they survive alone? You see the brainwashing and the colonial mentality that our people still have. Because Africa doesn't need to depend on Europe to survive, doesn't need to depend on America to survive, doesn't need to depend on Russia to survive. Africa has intelligent people who can build Africa, if not the corruption that was brought to Africa by the British, the French, the Americans, and now the Chinese are also doing the same. So I'm calling on Africa youth, wherever you are today, to stand and defend Africa from all this foreign influence, to start educating our people, because this is the only way Africa can survive. You see, when you listen to Facebook, when you go to Facebook today, go to TikTok, go to almost all social media, you see how people praise Russia. Praise Russia because they are fighting NATO. But this is not Africa war. This is white man versus white man war. You know? And you don't forget, these white people, they have atomic bomb, they have chemical weapon, they have a biological weapon, they have other weapons you don't even know about that can destroy the whole world 6 times. You know? Doesn't mean whether that you are having Africa or not. To get to you, it's just a matter of time. So let us be careful, decide we stand, and we shouldn't take any side because both of them are not friends of Africa. And I'm still saying this because some people are saying, oh, when we were fighting apartheid, they gave us weapons to fight apartheid. Yeah, because of their own interest, not because of your own interest. You know, so we need to start educating our people about how Africa is so important for Africa and why we must choose another way rather than going the way of the Westerners or the Russians or the Chinese. This is so important for Africa. So thank you very much for listening to me. If you have any question, can reach out here, right? Comment. And at the same time, please subscribe. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to my page, like and subscribe. That will motivate me more to talk about Africa, to also motivate Africa to look at themselves in the mirror and say, okay, I'm an African, I need to stand for Africa. No matter where you live, if you are a black man in Africa, in the whole world today, your origin is Africa. So I believe our African brothers and sisters will be very, very happy to welcome anybody who wants to be coming home, because this is also reserved for Africans. You are Africans as we are. So thank you very much. God bless you. Bye bye.